Hilfiger. This is the Star Report. I'm your host, Star. Welcome aboard Tuesday afternoon, early evening, wherever you may be. All right. Today I want to continue our OG series. And for those who don't know, I've been doing the OG series for maybe 15 years now. It's a slower pace, and the topics are not trending. It's just something I like to do to reset the show. To let newer viewers know that there is depth to my approach, and the audience can do more than just, troll and go off the rails. However, I love the bullshit, so we will get back to the bullshit. But today, two topics. The first one, is it your job to make her happy? Let me say that again. Is it your job to make her happy? We did this, a similar show, maybe 6 years ago. I always log my shows in chronological order. So I remember the time when we last approached this. Now, when you call in or chime in or take part in the discussion, please do not say what you think I want to hear. You are a different generation. I know by way of my analytics, which I show you, I send out with my media decks. You're younger than me. For the most part, most of my audience is 23 years younger than me. So you're different. I get it. I appreciate moving forward in life, doing new things. That's why I take road trips, talking to new people. I don't have a wife, so I don't want to talk to the same female every day, and I don't have biological kids. However, I have raised kids, and I do have a few kids that, I guess you would say step kids, but I don't call them step. They're just young people, all right? So, is it your job to make her happy? If you have done this show recently or in the past, please call in. I want your input, your expertise. Promote your platform. I'm not one of those people who doesn't want to acknowledge others. I would imagine somebody has done this same topic, but my approach is the objective perspective. See that right there? For newer viewers, the objective perspective. And let me also say this, before you start talking that red pill, manosphere, alpha stuff, let me throw you a curveball early. A quick scenario for those of you who are fathers. Any fathers in the live chat? Good afternoon, early evening. I'm going to set you up for a curveball before you start that. I don't buy girls nothing. Any fathers in the live chat? Okay. You see, they're already starting. Happy wife, happy life. I hate that saying. If you're a father, you're walking with your daughter, maybe she's 6, 8, 9 years of age. You look down, you go to tie her shoe. As you're tying her shoe, she says to you, "Daddy, your breasts stink." What are you going to do? You're going to talk that manosphere, I'm a red pill, I'm alpha male, you deal with my breath. Or are you going to go get some mouthwash or some candy, a piece of gum to make her happier? Here's another scenario. Oh, we'll get to wifey and your girlfriend shortly. You see, it says make her happy. You go to pick up your daughter from school. You pull up. She runs up to the car. You're excited because you're doing the daddy thing. What do you guys call it? Daddy duties. You pull up, and she runs to the car, and she says, Daddy, can you pull around the corner next time? Yeah, Mika's father got the new AMG. You driving the old car. What do you do? What do you say? Do you bark on your daughter? Or do you, next time you come to pick her up, you wash the car, you put some Armor All on the tires, or do you try to upgrade, and get a new vehicle? Huh? Is it your job to make her happy? One more scenario before I talk about the showrunner. One more scenario. Okay, let's say you're married. Oh, you put a ring on it. That's wifey. That's bae. That's bae. And you get bae a new washer and dryer, some type of Maytag, a special 2-for-1 or something like that. You call your mother to ask her if she wants one. And your mother says to you, well, I don't have cheap clothes, so I need a more high-end model. What do you do? What do you say? The woman who gave birth to you just pulled rank on your wife and told you, I don't wash cheap clothes in my washer. So, so she's saying to you, in an indirect way, you're going to get me the high-end model. If not, leave it alone. Can I get an amen or put a 1 in the live chat if you know what I'm talking about? Is it your job to make her happy? I'm talking about your mother now. I just spoke about your daughter, your mother, 2 women that are dear to you. Is it your job to make them happy? I see you. I see you. Where is Alpha Villains? Sir, what number are you going to be calling from? I want to get you on the line early so we can promote your platform and you can join the discussion. Alpha Villains, is he in the live chat? Okay, so now, your girl, your wife, is it your job to make her happy? Me, I've always said no, and I stand on that. However, I'm a man from a different era, different generation. I've done well for myself. I don't need anyone to complete me. I am ego-driven. I am an objectivist from the school of Ayn Rand. That's my philosophy. Self-interest, self-ethics, self-defining, self-fulfilling, But never mind me. You guys are different. Again, your generation. So is it your job to make her happy, to keep the peace? You see, I can respect a man who just wants to keep the peace in the house. So you do certain things to keep her mouth shut, but you don't have to say to keep her mouth shut. You do things, you go along with the flow, because we're going to pay for that relationship in one way or another. We're going to pay for it. Is it your job? There are people who work with their spouses, their girls. And more so than ever. Hang on a second, I need my pen. More so than ever in the past, people have online businesses, you have startup companies, and I can only imagine that's tough. That's tough. Like me, I've done everything by myself. I put this all together. No partners, nobody, just me, But if you are working with someone, you do have, it's a give and take, yes? It's a give and take. Is it your job to make her happy? Sit tight on the phones. Hold on a second, guys. I forgot to write something down. Let me get to my showrunner here so we can really reset the show, as I said earlier, if you're just now tuning in. This is a continuation of the OG series, not trending topics, so I don't expect a lot of traffic, but I do want quality over quantity. Let me just say that. Now, the showrunner. Why is it so hard to be positive? I just pulled one page of notes from Psych Central. I may read some of this shortly, but inspired by a video that came out maybe 3 years ago in South Africa. I was going to post it in the community section. Maybe I'll do that after the show. A man, black man, got on his knee and proposed to his girlfriend. Anybody see this video a couple of years ago? And she said yes. People were laughing. Some people were applauding. And a journalist by the name of Anel Modo MDODA. She laughed about this on Twitter, and this backfired. This backfired because, did I mention KFC? He proposed in KFC, which used to be known as Kentucky Fried Chicken. This backfired on the journalist and the people that were clowning and ridiculing the man for getting on his knee and proposing to this woman. KFC and about 20 other companies paid for a wedding, a vehicle, all sorts of sponsorships, and it turned out to be a huge celebration. You guys know this story in South Africa? Yeah, KFC. Now, you can call him a simp, you know, but I can't take shots at the woman who he proposed to, because she seemed to be a good person. But the point is, why is it so hard to be positive? Why do we, including myself, go online and we're just instantaneously on the attack? It's always got to be a troll. We're always looking to tear someone down. Somebody's a plate of food. They are there for our dining. They are there for our amusement. Now, you've also heard me say, hold a second, over the years, I am a low-budget sociologist. A low-budget sociologist. I have no degrees. I only did one semester of college, Hunter College. I couldn't produce the documentation from high school because I dropped out of high school. They said, you got to go. But I do study human behavior, working at the record labels. For over a decade, I did marketing and research. I even typed up things, research on a typewriter, with goddamn whiteout, and distributed that through the record labels. Anyway, why is it so hard to be positive? Let me also say I saw a female, I'm not going to say her name, on YouTube. She has to be in her 50s. In her 50s. And just attacking another YouTuber. And I listened for 10 minutes. Come to find out, she never met the other woman. They're in totally different states. How and why did it get to that? How and why did it get to that? Now, I'm not condemning her for doing what she does. I'm asking, why is it so hard to be positive? That may be a little bit of a tough conversation for us, but I am willing to go down this path today as I reset the show. Alpha Villains, where are you, sir? Are you calling in? I'm ready. Alpha Villains. Is he in the live chat? Sipping a little wine here this afternoon. Okay. And Sir Shy, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. I disagree, Star. Steve Harvey sets a bad example. Okay. Well, yeah, there are people who think that Steve Harvey, who's one of the biggest simps, according to a lot of people, but he's wealthy. So is that the payoff? And I'm not going to go into his history, but he if the memory, what was that movie or some book he put out about? Oh God, do you remember Sir Shy? Something it was a big seller, and women ate that up. They ate that up. But thank you for your donation, Sir Shy. I'm not saying it's your job. I've already said that's not how I move, but I'm older, okay? What say you? Phone lines are open. Hey, Tara, got your donation. Happiness is not a job. Happiness is within. I agree. We can put Will Smith and Jada, their situation, let me write this down, on the table. Area code 704, sit tight, you're up next. Will and Jada. Again, I don't think it's my job, nor is it my duty, but never mind me. The younger generation moves different, so that's why I'm approaching this particular topic. Thank you again, Tara, for your donation. Okay, this is somebody else here that has nothing to do with my show. Thank you so much. And, okay. Call now. I'm ready, okay? Area code 704, good afternoon. 2 topics, they're not trending. Are you chiming in? Area code 704? Yes, no, maybe?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey.
Yes, sir. This is Mark out of Charlotte, man.
Hey, man, how are you? Thank you for tapping in.
I'm well. Well, I just wanted to touch on the topics real quick.
Yeah.
Is it a man's job to keep a woman happy? I say no. I'm married myself,
Okay.
so honestly, it's that's a thing that a woman has to figure out. Because no matter how much money you have, no matter how much bills you pay, no matter what you do for a woman, you'll never be able to make them happy. And I've learned that from trial and error, and also from experience.
I agree.
So,
we're on the same page, but I laid out two scenarios earlier in the show with regards to your daughter and your mother. So I'm not just focusing on the one that you lay down and insert. Did you hear my scenario about you walking with your daughter? You bend down to tie her shoe. She says, "Daddy, your breath stink." What are you gonna tell? You're gonna tell, "I'm a man. You gotta deal with it," or you gonna go get something to make her happy? Did you hear me ask that question?
Honestly, I wouldn't do anything. I can't answer the.
Come on.
I can't answer the mother situation.
Come on.
Honestly, it's the same thing. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. My mother's toxic, man. So, yeah.
Let's go.
No matter what I've been doing for her over the years, making sure, staying in contact, making sure she see the grandchildren, et cetera, et cetera. But, she still finds a way to mess up, the good times that we have going on, the good situations. She'll find a way to crash and burn every time, every single time.
Sir, I want to thank you for putting that on the table early because, you see, sometimes when things come out of my mouth, I'm being accused of being a little too harsh. You just said your mother's toxic. Let's go.
Absolutely.
Let's go a little deeper. Pause. When she does see the grandchildren, her grandbabies, your children, do you have to listen into what she's saying, correct what she's saying to them, or when she leaves, you tell them, "Don't listen to nothing she said"? Let's go a little deeper.
No, I don't. I don't have any, set of rules when I drop the kids off with her.
Okay.
Yeah, I do, ask my kids questions like, what happened while you were there.
Right.
The small stuff. That's pretty much it. But, other than that, no.
Okay. Anything with regards to the showrunner? Why is it so hard to be positive?
Well, it's hard to be positive because the world doesn't like positive. The world feeds off of negativity, where there's movies, social media. We like the bull crap, honestly, the negativity. We don't like anything positive. We're not going to listen to anything positive. I mean, that's just the world that we live in. I mean, seriously, like, if you were, let's say, for instance, you were having a positive show, I wouldn't listen, man. And, I'm here for the bull crap, man. I'm here for the shenanigans, the entertainment. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm here.
Church.
We all are.
Church. Yeah. Sadly. Yeah. I can sit here and talk about the Spanish Inquisitions in detail. And people say, "What? We want to hear about Ja Rule boxing the promoter who from back in the days, yada, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, we want to hear the bull crap. Yeah, we don't want to hear anything positive.
Yeah. Hey, man, thank you for your call. Have a great day. Thank you.
You too.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
We're off to a good start. Folks, this is the Star Report. This is the OG series, in case you don't know. From time to time, I reset the show. We pump the brakes. Talk about topics that are not necessarily trending. Area code 615, sit tight. I got you in the queue. Gangster of Love, thank you for tapping in via Cash App. Big Aki swallows to keep Rory happy. Hashtag purr. Okay. Maurizio, got your donation. Thank you so much. Are you calling in? Maurizio. And Alpha Villains, where are you? So I'm ready. Let's go. Alpha Villains, we're waiting on you. I want to hear this man's approach. He's one of my sponsors. Let's get him in the queue. Okay, I'm ready whenever you are. Also, is it Shanice? Hi, Shanice. Give me a little time. I do want to put a sports question on the table later, Shanice. But I don't want to, do too much right now. Let me write that down. Hold on a second. Thank you for your donation. And guys, I am going to be promoting Left-Handed versus Florida Boy J tonight. The link will be in my community section. They're going to be going live on Left-Handed's sports talk show with Yada Bear. And give me some time to promote that, okay? Is this Alpha Villains tapping in, my sponsor?
Yes, Star. How you doing?
Good to hear from you, man. Thank you for being available on such short notice. On the screen, I have your YouTube information, youtube.com/@AlphaVillains, yes?
Correct.
Okay. So I've got two topics. The first one, is it your job to make her happy? Where do you want to start? And have you done this show before? I would imagine you've approached this at some point, yeah?
Somewhat. I heard the scenarios you gave earlier about, the curveballs. I think it's a trick question, and we cover this a lot on my platform. Basically, in a nutshell, when you age and you get older, you realize most women are never happy. And when you learn that, sometimes we learn that through the hard way, through mistakes. You realize that everything that you've done isn't always enough. So I've learned in my age, I'm 49, I've learned that it's important for you to make sure that you try to keep yourself motivated and happy.
Okay.
And the woman will be more than likely gravitate and want to be around you because most of the time they're not really happy.
Why not, from your professional opinion?
From my
why aren't
perspective,
they happy?
I think just like men, we've all been fed some lies. I think we've all been lied to, conditioned. We thought that we were taught that we were supposed to do certain things. When we were younger, we were encouraged to go to school. Now we've come to realize that school isn't necessarily all it's cracked up to be to get yourself out there popping. Women are encouraged to compete with men, encouraged to flaunt their degrees. And in a nutshell, as women continue to try to become better, their dating pool and the people that they want to be with or mate with are slimmer. So as a result of that, then you add the social media. Now they have unrealistic expectations. And at the end of it, Star, when they realize that nothing is coming to fruition, nothing is panning out for them, this is one of the main reasons why they're so unhappy.
Okay, and you've been doing your show for how long on YouTube?
Yeah, so I've been on YouTube for about 3 years, but solo act, I've been doing it for about a year and a half.
Okay. I would like to go a little deeper, pause, with regards to women.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you're a college man. I am a high school dropout. With regards to women, and in order for me to reach my philosophy that I created, Objective Hate, I put out a book back in 2007.
Right.
Females are emotionally driven, and of course, by way of biology, different. They're different. Right. I truly believe that women are jealous of their own shadows, and I'm also going to say that due to their menstrual cycles, that there is a equilibrium at times that is off balance due to their menstrual cycles. That is a tough time to be around a woman if you live with them, if you are trying to comfort them in some type of way, cuff them. That menstrual cycle I stand on this. Depending on how bad her cramps are, you can become a victim. You can be you can feel her wrath that in my opinion can be 5 times worse than a man. Anything you want to say with regards to that?
Yeah, I'll piggyback on that. I think you're absolutely right. Whether it's the Mercury retrograde, whether it's their horoscope, a woman is usually unstable in regards to her emotions. I just talked about this morning on a show that I did Can you find a good woman online? We talked about dating apps on my platform. But in a nutshell, you're absolutely right. I mean, again, you never really know what to expect from a woman. And this is why it is so important for men to not necessarily invest so much time and energy into a woman that may not be as stable as they perceive them, or portray themselves to be. I always tell guys that you should at least wait about a year. I mean, I know it's easier said than done. 4 seasons before you get to actually know a woman and maybe put a title on her before you decide to commit to her.
Okay. Are you married? Are you dating? Are you in a committed relationship? Who is Alpha Villains?
No, I'm single. I'm single right now. I'm dating a couple of women, but it's different now, Star. I mean, I'm sure you've heard it's so different. And like we were talking about, you can never make them happy. So for me, I found, luckily, later on in life, I found that doing this, my content, trying to create a legacy and a brand for myself is more fulfilling than trying to make a broad happy, even though I know deep down she's never going to be. So sometimes women have to find themselves becoming second to a man's purpose, because when a woman has children, we usually come second to the children. So it's only fair for a man to really find a purpose, find something that fulfills him so he can maintain himself to be happy, so he can deal with the nonsense that comes along with women.
Okay, folks, I'm talking to Alpha Villains. He's one of my sponsors. I want you to go check out his channel when we're finished here. I'm going to bring in, do you have time for me to bring in a call or two? Because this is your
Absolutely.
This is your area, of expertise, so to speak. Area code 919. Good afternoon. We're talking about, is it your job to make her happy? Are you there? 919. Yes, no.
Yes, I'm here.
Hey, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I don't think it's anybody's job to make anybody happy. You have to find happiness within yourself. And if you are in a relationship, I'm married. I've been married for 13 years. You have to make each other happy.
Okay.
And the only person that you really technically have to make happy are your children. I mean, technically.
I'm not disagreeing with you because you're married. I wouldn't know. I've been shaking shit when it comes to jumping the broom, putting a ring on it. I definitely would not get down on one knee. However, don't you find yourself at sometimes, doing things that you have to bring yourself down a few notches to appease your husband? You have to get up. Make some guys. We have some clicking noise in the background. If someone can fix that.
Oh, sorry.
I'm not sure.
That's me. That's me. Sorry.
I'm gonna check your speaker. I'm sorry.
It's okay. You have
I'm sorry. Say it again.
You have to at times get up out of the bed when you're tired to do something for him, or you have to make a payment that he forgot. Isn't that in a sense making him happy?
No, because we're a team, so it's making us both happy. If I'm paying the light bill, we're both going to have lights, and so are all the kids.
Okay.
It's something that, with finances, you help each other out. And that's just it, because you're all living in the same household. So if one is doing without, everybody's doing without.
Yeah, I think kids are great. I like other people's kids. I don't necessarily want to procreate and have kids, but I like, people's kids. But now, okay, so
I have 2 older stepdaughters, actually.
Say again?
I have 2 older stepdaughters that live with us,
Okay.
that have lived with us for the last 10 years.
Okay. Yeah, I've got a stepdaughter. I've got a stepdaughter. She's 28, and I saw her when I did my Florida road trip, and she said to me, she likes me, and we have a great relationship, and her mother and I we parted on okay terms, pardon me, but she said to me, Troy, if you meet my friends, can you don't tell them what you do on YouTube. She literally said that, and I said, why? She said, well, by way of my generation, you're kind of toxic.
Yeah, they call it toxic masculinity.
Toxic masculinity. I laughed. I didn't bark on her. I just said, oh, okay, I accepted it. Anyway, Alpha Villains, any questions for this lady? She's been very, very honest, very respectful.
Yeah, I appreciate your feedback. Yeah, I just something that I'd like to piggyback or just kind of chime in on. I noticed, it sounds good. It sounds hot to say that, we're a team. But in every team, there has to be a quarterback or a coach. And a lot of times I find, not you in particular, man, but I find that a lot of women are ashamed or they have to keep it under wraps that they are assisting their man, or they are feminine, or they're subservient to a man. Now, again, not on some slave stuff, but more so they can't tell their toxic friends or their single moms that they're actually cooperating with the man. So if I need you to pay a bill for me because I'm busy moving, shaking, and popping, or I'm looking for a help meet, a lot of women feel like that's a bad thing. And it's not necessarily a bad thing at all. So that's the problem. I find that a lot of women, again, it's a big disconnect, man. Women feel like if they do too much for the man, then they're not being feminine enough. And if a man wants to be a leader, he has to do everything for the woman while the woman just remains.
Can I jump in first, Alpha Villains, before she responds?
Okay, please.
Yeah. Hang on. I want to say this first because this is the objective. Let me just say this and we'll go right to you. What you said sounds hot, Alpha Villains, but she's been married 13 years. You're single. Go ahead, ma'am. You have the floor.
What I would say is that I don't take advice from my single friends.
Right. Okay,
one.
Awesome.
I take advice from my mom. Her and my dad have been married for over 40 years.
Nice.
And actually, my parents don't really get involved in my marriage. But if it's something serious and I ask their opinion and I really want it, then they'll give me, something. But they try not to get involved in my marriage.
Gotcha.
It's between me and my husband.
Thank you for calling in. Have a great day. We're going to take some other calls. Thank you.
All right.
Okay,
thank
you. Alpha Villains, hold on a second. Alpha Villains.
I'm here.
Folks, this is a discussion. It's not a trending topic. Resetting this show, okay? Is it your job to make her happy, okay? I don't believe so. But again, this is a different generation. You guys move different. I find myself saying things and then catching myself because it may be a little too harsh for you. I realize that I'm the older Sean Connery James Bond. The guy who was very aggressive, he was brutal. He'd shoot you with the spear gun and then he'd say, I think he got the point. You guys are more in tune with the Daniel Craig, James Bond, who, in my opinion, is pussy. But anyway, Alpha Villains, let's focus on the daughters because that's something I put on the table earlier. Do you have a daughter? Can we get a little just personal?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I do have a daughter.
Okay.
She's 18.
Okay, don't say where she's at, and please don't say anything that would lead people to her. But here's the thing.
Right. Gotcha.
So you're Alpha Villains. You're an alpha male. Yes, alpha male.
Right.
Are you
I'd like to think so.
Are you part of the quote-unquote manosphere, red pill field?
Not necessarily. That's how I discovered that there was actually a space for quote-unquote masculinity. But I'm affiliated, but I don't consider myself to be red pill or man.
Okay. So you know scenarios better than I do with regards to your daughters and the things that they will say to you. She'll critique your clothes and say your clothes are old, but you have to suck that up and take it. You're not gonna tell her I'm a man, right?
Right.
Please elaborate on that reality. I don't know that world.
Sure. I just think, in reality, you hear a lot of guys in the manosphere, the red pill space, they talk about how women should behave, but people rarely talk about if they have a daughter, how are you going to educate your daughter? Are you going to educate your daughter to be subservient, to be a helpmeet, all those things that sound really cool on the microphone? For me, it's a little biased, and you have to have a double standard, man. I mean, you have to try to encourage your daughter to be strong and independent, but you have to teach her how to be cooperative and focus on peace. I'm no longer with the mother, so she doesn't necessarily have a good example per se to see. But the mother and I are cool. You know what I mean? We're I guess we're friends, and we try to be positive in our individual state. But it's tough for a man to kind of say one thing on the microphone about women and then try to look at his daughter with a straight face. You know what I mean? So it's all about silos, and daughters have a certain power, I guess, over their fathers.
Right.
When they're cooperating.
I can respect what you just said, and I want people to go to your platform, but I don't believe that men can be quote unquote friends with females. We can be sociable. I agree. But I'm too ego driven to listen to a bitch whine, complain. Right. No, I don't want to cuff you. No, I'm definitely not gonna be a pretzel in the bed with you. I need my space. And again, you see, but that's my generation, and I stand on what I say. I don't just say something on the microphone, then I live my life a different way. But let's close out. Tell us about your platform, something, a show that you want to promote, or something coming up, please.
Absolutely. I appreciate you, Star. Thank you for having me on. So, guys, do me a favor. Make sure you guys check out my platform, Alpha Villains on YouTube. I also have a book, Star, and I sent it over to you as well.
Okay.
I mailed it over to you, called Masculine Compromise, the journey of emasculation to your emancipation.
Okay.
It's basically trying to remind men to connect dots and to kind of discover as to why they may be not necessarily masculine today. I have a morning show called Finish Your Breakfast with AV, weekday mornings, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We just did a live this morning about, can you find a good woman online in dating apps?
Can I respond? Mm-hmm. Can I respond to that real quick?
Yes, please.
Again, I'm almost 60, so I'm a different type of guy.
Let's go.
I think by today's standards, a good woman would be possibly, well, she definitely would be a go-getter, possible scammer. So yeah, you can find one, but she's got to be, a go-getter, in my opinion. I'm not looking for a puppy dog. If that were the case, I would go overseas. I don't know if you talk about the passport bros, but by today's standards, I think you can find a good woman if she's a go-getter and she takes chances. Okay.
Well, you see, yeah. So just to piggyback on that real quick. Lastly, Star, you're a unique individual, man. You're old school. You're that dude. So
I'm the ultimate man.
The day it takes a certain man to be able to discover and capitalize on a woman's skill set. So
yeah,
I hear what you're saying.
Hey, man, thank you for tapping in. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Star. I'll talk to you soon.
Alpha Villains.
All right, bye-bye.
All right. Okay. We're close to an hour. I want to put another topic on the table. Should I type this in the showrunner, guys, or can you remember this? Can you remember this? I'm going to stay focused. Is it your job to make her happy? But the showrunner, is Steph Curry the greatest NBA player? Is Steph Curry the greatest NBA player? I didn't see the entire game, but I saw Steph Curry give the Kings that work. He dropped 50 on them on the road. Got him up out of here. Troll babies. Is Steph Curry the greatest NBA? And he wasn't just dropping threes. Anybody see the game? He was all up in the paint. Finger rolls and all sorts of shit. Now, I don't know about tonight what they're going to focus on, but Left-Handed and Florida Boy Jay are going to be live on Left-Handed's show. I would like a few calls and chime in with regards to that question. Is Steph Curry the greatest NBA player? I'm this close to saying yes. I'm this close to saying yes. Yeah, LeBron James is the highest scorer. Yes. I just don't care for LeBron. I think he's corny, goofy. I'm so sick of him doing all that weirdo hip hop shit, that dancing, Millie Rock nonsense. He's corny. I wouldn't care if LeBron James got 9 rings. He would never be the greatest in my book. He's a cornball. But Steph Curry dropped 50 on the road. Jamal, I got your donation. toxic masculinity is only used for black men. Why is that? I would agree with you to some extent, sir. I would agree. Why, in my opinion, I think there is a combined effort to demoralize and dehumanize the black man. I've said that before. If you ask me, there's a combined effort to demoralize and dehumanize the black man. We've had those discussions on multiple occasions. I don't mind revisiting that if you like. I don't have to beat up on anybody who's of the LGBTQ plus community, but truthfully, I don't give a fuck about your sexuality. I don't care if you lick a hole or suck a pole. Shut up. Shut up about it. You know? But thank you for your donation. Okay. Okay, FBJ, I got your pictures. Hold on a second, guys. Oh, okay. And Sir Shai just sent a donation. LeBron is going to go 2016 mode on Steph again. Don't they play tonight? I'm going to watch that game. Area code 615. Good afternoon. Are you there? You've been on hold for a while? 615?
Yes, I'm there. Star, how you doing? This is Shahid.
Go ahead. Good, man. Good to hear from you. Thank you for holding. This is
good to hear from you, too.
It's not a trending topic. I'm just,
Say it again.
This is not a trending topic, but where do you want to chime in? Is it your job to make her happy?
I actually did a podcast on happiness being an emotion.
Okay.
And I focused a lot on why people feel as though if they're not happy in a relationship, that the relationship is actually in the garbage.
Okay.
Because we're always told that happiness is the way to, tranquility in relationships. People tend to focus more on, I'm not happy right now. Like as if I told him to take out the trash, he didn't. I'm not happy, so that means I'm not happy in my relationship.
Right.
So when you look at like a happy wife to a happy life type of ordeal, you'll find a man basically pandering to the woman to consistently keep her happy per se, which is the emotional state of happiness, other than looking at trying to just say, I'm happy today, not tomorrow.
Yeah.
So that's what it's based around. So your job is not to be a court jester, if you know what I'm saying. You're not the court jester to the queen.
I hear you. I hear you loud and clear.
That's not.
Go ahead.
That's not the man's job, and that's what a lot of women believes. If he's not going to be here to be the court jester, then off with his head. Either one of them, the one downstairs or upstairs, and then she just finds another man that panders to her happiness ideology, which is make me happy, keep me happy.
Yeah.
Some women would have different men. They will monkey branch. They'll have a guy that does this, a guy that does that, and a guy that does this, so that they're happy. But each guy is fulfilling an emotional state that causes happiness.
Yeah. If I can jump in for a second, can we get a little info on you? Are you married? Are you a father? How old are you? Give us some background info, please.
Yes, I'm 45 years old. Been married for 11 years now.
Okay.
With 8 children.
Nice.
Got my own podcast, Relationship Stuff 101.
Okay.
I actually, me and you, I don't know if you remember, me and you have actually met. I've actually met you back in the '08 at one of your after work parties. Read your book.
No, sir, I don't remember. I'm old. But continue on. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what I had for breakfast yesterday. But go ahead.
Getting back to the subject, I don't want to get too far off the subject. Basically the happiness the happiness subject and that positive subject, they go hand in hand. Because if you look at it, how can you stay positive? In today's social media, it's a lot of things that the one caller said, that focuses around negativity. So if there is a strong focus on negativity, is everyone actually happy? So when you look at keeping her happy, and if she's consistently on social media getting negative energy, how do you couple happiness with that negative energy that's coming from a consistent boom in social media?
Can I ask, are you traditionally educated? How did you come to this position in your podcast and discussing these topics?
I actually have a bachelor's degree in behavioral analysis,
Okay.
psychology and behavioral analysis.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Now I've been talking about relationships ever since 1998,
Nice.
focusing on them, doing research on them, and educating myself further in relationships. Reading a lot of different books. I'm actually reading a book, if you want me to share with you,
Sure.
called The Crowd. The Crowd by Gustavo Le Bon. Now, why would I be reading a book about the crowd? Well, when you look at the crowd tends to follow the crowd.
I
Yes,
see.
it's called
I see.
The
Yeah.
Crowd.
Okay.
A study of the popular mind.
Mm-hmm. Looking at it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes, by Gustavo Le Bon. So when you look at why would you read something about the crowd? What does that mean? Well, when you look at people being called sheep, allegedly, you understand? Now let's go back to the negative thing. Everybody loves negativity. If I can get the crowd to act negatively, that in turn gives me a dopamine boost of negativity that I need today. Now go back to dating. Is my relationship in shambles? So if my wife is unhappy now and she's getting a dopamine boost from everyone in the crowd, she feels better to be a part of the crowd and to leave me behind because the crowd makes her feel better. So
if I can jump in for a second, I don't think everybody loves. I don't think everybody loves negativity. I think most people accept a poor understanding of things, which leads to being negative because they don't necessarily strive to educate themselves. Most people are not readers. Most people, and I've done some research on this over the decades, most people read a book, but they do not apply the knowledge. They read it, and they do not apply the knowledge. But they'll be quick to say, "Oh, that's a good book." Well, it's a good book if you've taken some catchphrases from it, but you don't necessarily apply it. Go ahead. I just want to say that.
Exactly, and that makes a lot of sense. Also, I want to couple that with most people have a lack of relationship intelligence as well. The lack of relationship intelligence which basically is something I just started to do a lot of research on, shows that if you're not able to have decent relationships with other people, you're not going to be able to enter into a relationship with, say, a man or a woman, because your lack of relationship intelligence is going to cause you to be unintelligent in your relationship with a man or a woman. You know, a guy who has a bad relationship with mom and his aunts and his other female cousins can't enter a relationship with a woman and treat her the way that he thinks he should, because he's treating the other women in his life terribly. That's his lack of relationship intelligence. And thus a man can't do the same. If he has a bad relationship with the men in his life, a woman can't do the same if she has a bad relationship with the men in her life. She then can't return happiness to another man because she don't look at men as anything other than, terrors that she needs to.
Can I jump in for a second? You said you have a bachelor's degree in what again? Bachelor's in what?
Psychology and behavioral analysis.
Well, let me ask you a question. Something that I've found 30 some odd years ago. I don't seek out younger women. They seek me out in terms of dating. I do a lot in terms of my daily life. I'm always out and about. I get up and go. I'm self-motivated. And older women become complacent after 40. They just, they're very routine, predictable, depressed. I've never been depressed. So with regards to younger females, there is a myth that older men want to mold them. I don't believe that. I look to a younger female to be a go-getter so she can show me where the bag is. What do you think about that?
Right.
Think about that.
Yeah. What I think is, like, when people say the man chases the woman to mold her, that's a pun on younger women allegedly not being smart enough.
Yeah, it's a cop out. It's a cop out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's a cop out to say younger women are not as smart as older women, but we have to understand that those older women were once those younger women being allegedly taken advantage of by older men who they tried to turn into, maybe pimp daddies or older men to take care of them. So it's actually not a thing of the younger women being uneducated or idiots, let's be a little bit flavorful, it's the mere fact that, again, they may be a lot more ambitious and look to that older man as someone to inspire them.
Yeah.
His ambition, like you just said.
I can't stand a young lazy bitch. Bitch, get up, do something. Sell some pussy, I don't mind.
Exactly.
The bitch get an OnlyFans page. I'll hold the camera. Bitch, respond to those DMs and tell them to send you $100 cash app. I mean,
exactly.
God.
Exactly. So, yeah, it's just that older women become complacent and they become stuck in their ways.
Yeah.
And when they become stuck in their ways, they don't see your drive and they don't see your ambition no more.
Yeah.
Because they're stuck in that old way of looking at things. And younger women, they're reaching for something.
Yeah.
And when you can show them something, they got something to reach for.
Yeah. Hey, man, I thank you for your call. Send me a link to your podcast when you get time, all right?
All right, I'll email it to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. Oh, we're cooking today. Quality conversations, not a trending topic, and I'm okay with that. Sometimes we have to reset the show. If you're new to the show, this is what I do from time to time. I want other people to speak. I learn as we go as well. I don't want to just have the last word or, tell you or somebody what they should or they shouldn't do. Hold on a second. Is Steph Curry the greatest NBA player? Dropped 50 on the Kings. When did they play tonight? Troll Babies against the Lakers? Good God almighty. What time? Newt 8282, I got your donation. A crowd is 8 kids in a 2-bedroom apartment. Black Racers, thank you for tapping in via PayPal, sir. Hold on a second. Yeah, let me go to my PayPal donations, folks. On top of the live chat is the PayPal information. Your support is appreciated, and please hit the like button. Deeds wants me to always remind you guys, right? Black Racist says, F a bitch or a nigga. Focus on your babies. If you don't, they're going to grow up to be dysfunctional adults. You will eventually stick in an old folks' home, okay? Is it Saquanda? My man, 450 pounds, complains about everything, snores like a walrus, don't do nothing, but his disability check keeps me happy, and I'm screwing his brother. I can't be mad at her. Raheem Brown, got your donation. Star, when are you going to bring back the old OG session? Well, sir, this is the new OG sessions. I might stay on these types of shows tomorrow or Wednesday. I don't know. It depends on if there's something by way of a trending topic that piques my interest. But these particular discussions, as the one we're having today, are things that I think about in the mornings when I get up, get the coffee going. But thank you for your donation, Raheem Brown. Fish, okay, Fish says, me and my girl was super happy until one day some guy on the internet convinced me to lick her used tampon in front of her. Then she left me. Oh, he's taking it back. Well, so that was to show her how gangster you can be. Anybody remember I said that? You have to use psychology. Bitch, pull out the tampon. Let me show you how gangster I am. Lick it and then say, here, stick that back in there, bitch. Bitch, you the one. I don't gotta go no place else. Now let's get the bag, bitch. Let's get to it. Huh? Thank you for your donation. Mac the Mick, he says, I used to make my wife happy in the 90s, but then I blew 7 of my fingers off whilst making bombs for the IRA. and then she left me for an Englishman. Tavrish? Star, all the women in my life are life suckers. My mama, grandmama, auntie's girlfriend, and side chick. All make my life hell. Fruck 'em all. Okay. I don't know what to say about that, but I hear you. Toxic Tony. Hey, Star, I'll be honest. I work 15 hours a day, pay the rent, the bills, do the cooking and cleaning, and my bitch, capital B-I-T-C-H, indoors, still ain't happy. I don't think you can make a woman happy. Let me just say that again. However, is she agreeable? You see, that's the term I've been using for decades. Is she agreeable? I don't believe she's going to be happy if you meet her and she's not happy. But can she be agreeable? Can she follow your lead? If a woman can follow my lead, I can work with her. Doesn't have to be a scammer. She can be a square. But can she listen to direction? Area code 310. Good afternoon. Are you joining the discussion? 310.
Star Lucchini here.
Oh, there he is. Good to hear your voice, Lucchini. Thank you for your support. As always, where do you want to start, sir?
The topic in hand.
Please.
Is it your role to make her happy?
Yeah, it's your job, your duty, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. A Star. That's a very interesting topic. But I would say this. Even though this is cliche, I would say that happiness comes from within.
Okay.
If you link your happiness to another person's behaviors or actions, you are bound to be disappointed. I think that's just human nature. You can't, because you cannot control people's behavior. So
I disagree, but go ahead.
Your happiness is your sole responsibility, because you are not supposed to even engage with somebody else to try to build anything if you don't have your stuff together. Either it's in business or at work, it's the same thing. You have to do your part in order to move up into something greater or bigger. So when people talk about happy wife, happy life, to me, that's just a smoke screen.
I agree. That's a cliche. It's a cliche.
Because you are constantly going to pander to somebody else's behavior, and then at the end of the day, they're not going to be satisfied because you can't control their whole behavior, and then you're going to be disappointed. They're just going to move on to the next person the day they feel that you don't make them happy anymore.
Let me jump in here for a second, Luke Caney. You and I have good discussions. I appreciate you taking a different position for the most part, as you do. And you're how old are you again?
39, pushing 40, Star.
You're a young man. Why aren't you married? What are you doing? Huh?
Why I'm not married, Star? I'm not married because I just became a man at 35, 36 years old, Star. That's why I'm not married.
Okay. I'm going to chime in. And again, I'm an older man, but, have you ever heard me say I'm the ultimate man? I've been saying that for decades. I truly believe that. When I fully developed my philosophy, objective hate, and I discovered who I am, and I live by those points. Have you ever heard me say I'm the ultimate man?
Yes, sir. I heard you say that.
There is no upgrade for me with a bitch. I'm doing the bitch the favor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not married because I have no equal.
That's deep.
I have no equal. Marry you? Do for you? Well, what can you do for me? I've got a nest 90 miles outside of Berlin. I've saved my money. I do well for myself. And if it ever gets to a point where I can't take care of myself, I'm not scared to put the pistol in my mouth. Married? It's just like my birthday. My birthday is tomorrow, May the 3rd. But I celebrate every day is my birthday. I don't even tolerate people texting me or calling me who I haven't fucking spoken to in months or years on my birthday. Get the fuck out of here. Don't chime in with me on one day if you don't appreciate the greatness of me every fucking day. Fuck out of here. I swear by that, man. But you, let's go back to you for a second, respectfully. Do you need a woman to complete you? Why? Why do you get married?
No, sir, not at all, not at all. What I'm saying is, I had to develop myself and develop my own philosophy of life.
Okay.
Right. So I have tried relationships, serious relationships, moving toward marriage, and they never worked. They never worked because, in my opinion, I was doing the wrong thing. I was focusing on the wrong thing. I was focusing
Luke Haney. Eagles fly alone. Let me say that again. Eagles fly alone. Fuck a bitch, man.
Hey, Star, I agree with you in a sense that F a bitch. I get that, right?
Fuck a bitch. Bitch, fuck you, fuck your mama. Bitch, your father wasn't shit. If your father was that nigga for real, you won't be looking to me as your savior. Bitch, fuck out of here. Come on, finish up, Lucanium. I'm about to get to this wine and turn up, man. Let's go. Finish up.
Yes, sir. So I'm in a sense in agreement with you, right? Because if you don't find yourself and you bring somebody else into your life, you're really rolling the dice. So I personally feel lucky,
yeah,
that I grew out of it.
Yeah.
And I have to give you credit by listening to you.
Hey.
I really grew much faster.
There you go.
And at this point, I don't feel that I need a woman or anybody to be happy, sir. I wake up.
I need a slore every once in a while. Not a whore. See, a whore you have to pay. I need a slore. A woman who just lays down and receives me. Let me get my shit off. And when I'm done, I'll move on. You know, whether you climax or not is not my fucking business. Look, Kenny, good to talk to you, man.
It's not my business.
Good to talk to you.
I'm out, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You see, I didn't want to get to this point until the end of the show. Again, I'm an older man. But I stand on this. If you know how I've spoken in the past, how I live my life, I'm fucking happy. Life is great. And I confirm that with myself from time to time. When you see me get on this microphone and I say I'm in a great place, in a great space. Anyway, guys, there's the email address on the screen for advertising. If you want to be a sponsor, if you want to get your post in the community section. Give me a second, guys. I'm coming to Cash App. Thank you again, Luke Haney, for supporting this machine. Hemp Lord, I got your donation. Thank you. Thank you. Garcia, no star. Steph Curry has won rings facing injury-riddled teams. Oh, wow. Okay. That's a different perspective. Okay, Janet, are you calling in? Janet has sent me a long-ass paragraph. I can't read that. I don't have my contacts in. Thank you, Janet. Call in if you like. Terrence got your donation. Luke Haney is eating walrus fufu and rice for dinner. Crook from DeBrook. Okay. Okay, are you calling in, sir? I'm not sure where you're going. Is that your platform? Rayfield? Rayfield Air Broadcast. Salute. Thank you, sir. Send me a link if you're promoting something. I will put that in my community section or my live chat. Hold on a second, guys. Who else? I need to promote some other sponsors here today. I'm not going to make this about me. I want to hear from you guys. Is it your job to make her happy? Also, where is Project Alias? Sir, are you out there? Project Alias is from Hawaii, and maybe he can't call in today, but he's one of my sponsors. He's on Twitch, okay? Twitch.tv/Project Alias. Does great content. Black Body Works. Black Body Works, where are you? I haven't spoke to you in a while. Do you want to call in? Talk about some type of soothing bath oils or what do you call those bombs they put in the water? Makes a woman feel all fresh, you know? Help with that callus on her feet if it's an older woman. Okay, Mary Brown has not responded to my email, so I guess we'll get to him at another day. Hold on a second. Okay, Project Alias, and let me just make sure I have the audio working for www.blackbodyworks.com. I say again, www.blackbodyworks.com. And nobody gives a goddamn about being positive, so we're going to remove that. Hold on. Why is it so hard to be positive? Nobody cares. You're all negative. You want the drama. I get it. I get it. I get it. I'm not going to mention that woman's name who I saw on YouTube. She was going ape shit on another YouTuber. I said, damn. I thought they had beef from back in the days or, you know, some type of tension in the streets. Hold on. Something else I want to mention here. Mike Dice, sit tight. I got your donation. And 619, hold on a second. Mike Dice sends in a donation via PayPal. Star, I was married with 2 daughters and made $120K a year, and they weren't satisfied, so I faked my death, and now I'm happy living in the DR. Fuck all them hoes. You're a better man than me. I can't see myself getting married unless it's for business reasons. Got to be business. You know? Area code 619. Good afternoon. We're having a discussion. It's not a trending topic. Are you there? 619. Yes.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, how are you, man? Thank you for tapping
How
in.
you doing, Star?
Good. Where do you want to start, sir?
Well, the topic you said is I don't think it's hard being to be positive. It's easier to be negative, if anything.
Okay, continue. I'm listening.
I mean, the best thing the way how you look at it, I wake up, I'm alive, everything is good. You know, I don't trouble about a bitch, but in the end of the day, we just here to make money, and hopefully everything works out the best.
How do you know you're alive, sir? How do you know you're alive?
That's a good question. How do I know I'm alive? I really couldn't answer that, to be honest with you.
Do you subscribe to the theory of God?
I used to. I was born as a Muslim, but as I got older, I'm only just spiritual.
You lost your faith.
I wouldn't say that. I don't subscribe to Yeshua, God, Allah. I don't subscribe to any of that.
Well,
based on the fact that way how
technically it's losing your faith. You used to offer salat. Yes, you used to offer salat.
Yeah, when I was younger, I mean, because when I was born into the Islamic religion. It wasn't
Yes.
by choice.
Yes, you used to offer salat. You used to read these surahs, and somehow you became westernized. You became everything that the hadith condemns. And are you in a better place? Where are you, respectfully?
I'm still trying to figure out. Be honest with you. I wouldn't say a better place, because I'm still striving. I'm trying to get to certain. I'm trying to hit certain goals. So I'm still grinding.
Okay. Can I ask how old are you? How old are you?
31.
Okay. I don't have the answers. We're just having a conversation. So now,
Absolutely.
So at this point in time, do you celebrate the flesh? What is it that motivates you? There's something that drives us.
Keep it real with you. I do celebrate the flesh right now. Hopefully I can be a better man, but I do celebrate the flesh right now.
Okay. How often do you smash, and what is your preference, if you don't mind me asking? What is it that pulled you away from offering salat and the Quran, and now you're just smashing random bitches?
Actually, you're a fool. I mean, you do ask good questions, Star. I really don't want to hold you up.
No,
Have other callers.
sir, I've got time. You sent it a donation. We're just talking. I'm not trying to clown you. We're talking. What type of trash do you lay down with to celebrate the flesh? Come on.
Well, I love black women. Nah, that's one.
Go ahead.
That's the best way I can answer it. I don't know how else to answer that.
Are you yourself black, sir?
Yeah, I'm originally from Africa. I was born in Sudan.
Mm-hmm. Why don't you upgrade and get yourself an Asian?
Actually, I don't know. I never looked at it like that.
Oh.
I don't know if that's an upgrade.
Oh, it's an upgrade, sir. Asian girls are black. Right now, you're slumming. You came from Africa, the motherland, and you're slumming with
Absolutely.
And you're slumming with African American girls who are defiant, deviant, deceitful, and dangerous. Yeah.
Hey, you make a good point. I won't debate with you on that one.
Well, we're just talking. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm asking you why you do what you do. And you primarily focus on African American women?
Yeah.
All right.
For the most part, yeah.
All right. Hey, I appreciate the call and thank you for your donation, sir. You have a good day and thank you for watching the Star
Thank
Report.
you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Whew. He came from Africa to go slumming with thought bitches. Let's keep it real. Area code 305. Sit tight. You're up next, 305. Let me fix my showrunner. Folks, if you want to advertise on the show, and I like for my sponsors to call in so we can promote your platform. We can also pin your links to the top of the comments, the rebroadcast, in the community section as well. Okay? There's the email address. Okay, I'll get back to this email later. Thank you. Hey, Janet. Janet says, I sent an email regarding the topic. Okay, okay, I'll read your email. I thought you were going to call in, but thank you, Janet. Village Boy got your donation. I think I just spoke to you. Thank you for calling in, sir. Village Boy. Rastafari Ministries. Are you calling in, sir? This might be him right here. 305. Are we talking that talk today? John Flowers, good to hear from you, sir. Do you want to call in, John Flowers? You're always welcome to. He says they are called bath bombs. Ooh. Yeah, I've got a very nice alleged daughter. She has a business. I should have known that. Thank you, John Flowers. Area code 305, good afternoon. We're having a discussion Are you there? 305.
Okay.
Hey.
Priestess Etia Rastafari.
Rastafari Ministries. Good to hear from you, sir. Thank you for your support as always.
Good to hear from you, sir.
Yeah. Where do you want to start?
Hope you enjoy your upcoming birthday.
Every day's my birthday. Every day.
Of course it is. Every day is my birthday,
Yeah.
too. As a matter of fact, I get annoyed whenever on my birthday people want to come around. I like to be alone on the beach, relax.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Yeah. So where do you want to start, man? The topic, is it your job to make her happy? What say you, sir?
It's your job. It's your job to do what her parents used to do, a good parent used to do. Find her something to do.
Okay.
You need to get her something to do that'll make her feel fulfilled and like she's somebody. If you have her dependent, she will learn to hate you. You understand? If you have her like a little pet, she'll learn to hate you. It's your job to show her her way. And it might mean that she may not even want to be around you, but at least you showed her her way, and she will appreciate you. There's a lot of women I made very successful by just motivating them to go become doctors, lawyers. They're not with me now, but they love me. They love me even more than their husband. But it's for you to show them. And guess what? If I'm ever in need, my wife leave me, I could call on those women and say, hey, how you doing? And if there's women's fight, they will take care of me without me even asking.
Nice.
And it has nothing to do with sex.
Nice.
It has nothing to do with sex. Because you just show them their way. You let them, just like how we talk about be a man and go out there and do and find your goals and do your thing and do the damn thing. They need to do the damn thing too. You know, in the sense of finding out what their passions are, what gives them, wake them up in the morning and make them want to get out there and make money. That's what you need to do. Whether you're with her as a wife, whether you're with her as a girlfriend, as a friend, whatever. That's the key. They're human beings.
If I can jump in and say I have no issue with what you're saying and your approach. We all have a different approach. But now, centuries ago, before the internet was ever even conceived, men did focus more on younger women and fertile soil, wombs that were not yet polluted, and they used the term, molding. And at the same time, we have religious doctrines that try to keep a woman's mind focused on something because they are emotional. They bleed every 30 days. They bleed every 30 days. That's a lot to deal with. So I'm not saying you're wrong. I just wanted to interject that.
What you're saying is you're saying is true. That's part of it.
Yeah.
That what you're saying is true. You have to mold them spiritually as well. And if they take that bait, that also will help them to find themselves. Because what happened is the dynamics economically have changed over the years where you don't have enough land to put a hut for every girl.
Right.
You know what I mean? You don't have the type of land to have them because back then you were showing them the way because you gave them land, they farmed the land,
right.
They produced children, you gave them a life.
Yeah.
The economy has changed now in such where that paradigm don't exist anymore. You have to show them how to bring the bag home.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Either for themselves or for you to share with, but you got to show them how to go out there and get the bag.
Yeah.
On from an external point of view,
and I have to show you what to do with the bag. Getting the bag is great, but now I have to show you what to do because you are a reckless spender. You're vanity driven.
Oh yes.
Yes. You're a glutton.
Yes.
You're gonna live beyond your means.
And that's what separates the simps from the men because they're so sexually tied to the women. Yeah. They don't know how to stand their ground and say, look, like you always say, there's a spending limit in this house, and this is how it's gonna go. You know what I mean? And you have to be able to stand your ground and say, look, either we're together and we're going to work on a mission together or else go do your own thing.
Yeah. I don't want to go too far back, but when I
learned in Africa. I learned in Africa, just like what you said earlier, that when you're with a woman for a long term, you're doing them a favor because they have an expiration date.
Clearly.
A man don't.
Yeah.
All a man has to do is keep up his wallet, and he's fresh, young, fresh, and green for the rest of his life.
Right.
That's why I always tell a man, your wallet needs to be your girlfriend. Your wallet needs to be your best friend, your wife, and everything. So once you have your wallet, you can actually be that man that you are. You don't have to depend. You're not dependent. And the woman now, because they're valued by their beauty and their looks, they have an expiration date. Mm-hmm. And we're talking about childbearing too.
Don't blame me. Blame God. You're on a time clock.
Subscribe to that. Exactly. I mean, the new virgin is a woman without a child. That's the new virgin.
Hey, Rastafari Ministries, can I ask you this? Now, I'm sure you have, but I don't want to assume. Did you ever, once upon a time, like myself, make a woman wash herself before she picked up the Bible or the Quran?
Oh yes, I'm a bit of a germaphobe, so I've always been attracted to very clean women.
Yes, wash yourself.
My
Go douche before you touch God's law.
Yeah, of course.
I used to be on it. I used to be on it like that. While I was on coke, hang on. While I was on coke, douche, wash yourself before you touch God's law. What are you, stupid?
I come from an old school Caribbean village in Jamaica where you have to take off your shoes before you step into the dirt hut.
Facts.
The huts were dirt, made of
dirt floor.
We call it wackle and daub.
Yeah, dirt floor.
And you had to take off your shoes.
Yeah.
You took off your shoes before you came in, and you had to bathe. You know what I mean? You bathe every morning.
Yeah.
And then when you came home, you bathed in the evening. So cleanliness was definitely next to godliness. So I always check a woman for that.
Yeah.
And yeah. No, most definitely.
I look back at those days now. Hang on, I look back at those days and I laugh because there I was, a cokehead, telling a bitch to wash before she read Nehemiah to me or Corinthians. Wash yourself. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yes, we put on when we do our morning worship. She takes a shower. She puts on white. I put on white. The kids put on white. And we don't use a Bible. We use a Per Demeru, the book of the book of the dead.
Yes.
The ancient Egyptian. Yeah.
You took it there.
That's my Bible.
You took it there. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey man, good to talk to you. I'm going to take an intermission. Continue this discussion. We're having a good talk here today.
I also have the hater book in my spiritual section of my my library.
Thank you, man.
Book that I bought years ago, sir.
Thank you.
All right.
I appreciate you. Yes, sir. One. Okay. Oh, we're having a good discussion here today. Yes, we are. Is it your job to make her happy? I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to get some wine and cheese. Well, I've got wine here. Get some cheese and pretzels. I'm going that fugazi stuff. I'm going to come back, continue this discussion. Mind you, if you're just now joining the show, I put two scenarios on the table earlier. I'm not just asking, is it your job to make your girl happy or your wife, but your daughter, your mother. Being an alpha male that's fine. Being, the breadwinner, that's great. But you've got a daughter. Is it your job to make her happy? Kids say the darndest things, don't they? They will ask you something that, is a little bit of a stab to your ego. Okay, Boss Hog back in the building. This is the Star Report Tuesday evening. We've been having a good discussion. The topic, is it your job to make her happy? And this is part of my OG series when the topics are not necessarily trending, but we strive to have better quality calls over quantity, okay? I see you guys on the phones. Sit tight. I'm going to try and bring someone in. After I I want to change my showrunner. It's time to ask another question. Do your options make people hate you? Or does your options create... Let me see how I can make that fit in the screen. Hey, area code 917. Good evening. Are you there? 917?
Peace, yes.
Hey, how are you, sir?
Spanish Harlem on a check.
Hey, what's up, man? Good to hear from you. Good to hear from you.
I'm not sure, likewise, I'm not sure if you switched the topic. I was going to tap in on the whether it's your job to keep her happy or not.
That's the main topic, yeah. Your main topic is your job to make her happy.
Can I chime in on?
Sure,
Can
please.
I chime in?
You have the floor, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I feel like it's your job to make her happy, but it's not your job to keep her happy.
Okay.
Because happy is a feeling. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm more on energy, and I'd rather keep it at peace. Because when you're at peace, then happiness, you enjoy it more. And when bad times come, you're able to work it out a lot better. You know what I'm saying? Happy is a feeling, just like mad and sad. They're feelings. They come and go. So there's no way you can keep somebody happy. But when you genuinely love your significant other, of course it's your job to make her happy, just like it's a job to make you happy.
Okay.
It's a job to make sure you get some satisfaction and vice versa, even sexually, stuff like that. And that's if you genuinely care, too.
Right.
I've been with my lady since high school. I'm 39. Like, I genuinely love her. We want to be with each other, Like you said, it's business. We have business together. We move a certain type of way. But we've been through our share of the drama, the cheating. But the peace and happiness is more based on, because even when I got caught up in situations, I wasn't running around like with little bum joints and just giving every girl the time of play, which it doesn't make it any better. But the other joint was quality. She was about her business. Like, it was like, even when I got caught, she kind of respected it. Like, all right, at least you ain't running around like a bum nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? So not that it makes me any better.
At least you weren't running around with Puerto Rican prostitutes, I'm not going to go into that. Anyway, well, hey, let me just jump in and say, man, I appreciate what you're saying, and I have no problem with what you're saying. It's not how I live, but again, this is the objective perspective. I want you to speak. I want other people to hear a different point of view. I'm an older man, and let me just say this. There's associates of mine, and even a good friend who I used to tell 20 some odd years ago, hey, man, you should get married and work with a female, because on his own, he can't get the job done. He just falls off the rails. There's always some goddamn issue. He blames everybody else, But when he gets a girlfriend, there's that way of working together, as you just described. He's a better person.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be for me, but
balance.
Balance. Go ahead. Continue.
Balance.
Continue.
Yeah, I'm one of those. I'm one of those. Like, when I was on my own, I went to jail. Plain and simple. We had a breakup, and when we were younger, and I was on my own. No balance. I ain't had no. But we was together so young too, and I was always doing me young coming up. But like, when we had that separation, we had like a good 7-8 month separation. Once I got past the boo-hooing, I was always doing what I had to do, my ones and twos, to keep some money in my pocket. It wasn't like I was in desperate need. I was bouncing around doing what I did, but I wound up in jail. It was like, it happened so fast. I'm like, damn, and I realized how she keeps me balanced, and I'm not ashamed to say she taught me a lot. She taught me the difference between a drug dealer and a hustler.
Okay.
Like, I'm a drug dealer ex-drug dealer. She's a hustler. My lady was selling jewelry and thrift clothes and shoes and just doing stuff that I didn't understand. I ain't see no way that it works. Now it's the future. It's the way of the world. Everybody's an entrepreneur.
How about that?
I'm like, damn, this girl, she been doing that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Hey, man, I appreciate the call.
Ain't seen nobody.
Appreciate the honesty, man.
Thank you,
and thank you for tapping in. Seriously, thank you.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Peace.
All right, peace. It's a good call. Good call. Folks, I want you to talk without interruption. I try not to go back into my my past, you know. The Star Report is about moving forward. I do want to put some bullshit on the table. Oh, it's beautiful, too. Just real quick. Salute to Queens Flip. It's my guy. Flip is doing the damn thing. He's rocking with Joe Budden. Joe Budden is the best podcaster in the game right now. That's a fact. Flip is playing his position. He's making the best of his time. The whole team, the whole Joe Budden podcast. But salute to Flip. Flip has seen the trolls and everybody getting at him, getting at Chano. Oh, we call him Mano Chano. Yes, we are. Chano. But I just want to say, are you guys up to speed on Troy Ave? Troy Ave just on No Jumper. I only watched half of it. I fell asleep. Troy Ave is making his rounds. And it's only right. Troy Ave was getting hit from the media when he was, waiting for his trial date right after the shooting in Irving Plaza. We all piled on, did we not? We all piled on. We saw Troy Ave ripping the shot, walking through the goddamn club. We said, whoa. What the fuck? Troy Ave is lit right now. He's up. Go to his page. Tell him I sent you. The Facto Show. And what's going on with Chano? Is he has he done anything since the sit down with Queen's Flip, which was a disaster? He telling Flip, don't mention people. What do you mean don't mention people? Nigga, Snow Billy getting at you. Clayface, AK, Whack 100, Troy Ave. What do you mean don't give these niggas no light? What are you talking about? Anyway, all right, sit tight, guys. We're bringing in more calls. Whew. Good evening. We're having a discussion here. Is it your job to make her happy? Are you there? Area code 272.
Yeah, what's going on, Star?
Hey,
going?
how are
you know what? Honestly, I'm gonna keep it real with you.
Okay.
It's one thing of making her happy and she making you happy, but that's not what majority of these women want. They don't want that.
Okay.
They want love. They rather the love than the happiness. And see, that's the problem because we learned at an early stage in the 80s and the 70s. We watch our dads, our grandfathers, them go to work. Mom stayed home. That's what her job was, took care of home. But when that dad was out of that house, those females, they felt they was empowerment in this, where they could do whatever they wanted. So now they starting to run the streets. They see on social media. They want to get the tits, their bodies framed. They want to do all that stuff like that. Okay. Because you know why? They ain't got nobody to love them. And it's a difference between a man telling a woman, I love you, and then she see him on Instagram looking at another woman that's skinny than her.
If I can respond, to what you're saying, I grew up with both parents working. My mother was getting her master's degree when I was very little, and so my mother was never home. My parents were always working, and it was me and my older brother, and that's why he used to ground and pound me, throw me down the stairs, and also I had to get my weight up because there was no babysitter. There was no room to run into for shelter. So we came up different. But now, hang on a second. You're using the word love. Can you just expand or go a little deeper? Pause. There's no one to love them, or they need love. How did you phrase that again?
So most average women, they don't want They don't want the happiness. They want the love.
Okay.
They want that affection. They want that attention because they want to
I disagree.
bear the prize.
I disagree. Go ahead.
And here's why I say what I say, right? You can make a woman happy, and she can make you happy. But on the inside or the outside, do you know if she's truly happy? Because some women know how to fake it to make it, right? So it could be that one quality they can get from you. And you could think you're doing everything right.
Okay.
But not in her mind. Because she might be feeling like she's missing something. Whether it's finance, whether it's the sexual part, it's something. And the problem is sometimes I think people don't take their time out to get to know these women. There's a difference between if you just trying to get in the bed with her, you want a one night stand, that's what's up. It's cool, right?
Can I ask how old are you, sir?
More from her.
How old are you?
Dad?
How old are you?
42.
Okay. Are you a man of color? Who am I speaking to?
Yes, I'm a black man.
Okay. I want to disagree. Not that you have to see it my way, but we're having a discussion. I don't think all women want love. I think most, I'll even say 90%, want drama. Have you ever dated Italian or Jewish or Polish girls?
In my whole life, I dated a Philippine.
Mm-hmm.
I dated black, and I dated Haitian.
Okay, so the answer to the question is no. You've never dated Italian, Jewish, or Polish.
No.
Okay. Italian girls like to fight. You know? An Italian girl will punch you in your mouth faster than a black woman, if you ask me. Now, my parents didn't play the hitting game because my father was a hardcore Southern man. He threatened to shoot everybody in the house and burn the fucking house down. So my mother knew her place. That was a different day and time. But the Italian girls, I grew up dating in the suburbs, and then from Long Island in particular, they like to fight, punch you right in your mouth. Bow, you got to get it cracking with them. Jewish girls, you never dated a Jewish girl?
No.
Okay. We used to call them back in the days Japs, short for Jewish American Princess. They would nag you to death. Constantly nag you. Call you 50 fucking times. Pick up the phone, you son of a bitch. Where are you? You know, throw your shit out the window. You couldn't go to a Jewish girl's apartment or house and try to make peace. She wants to continue the fucking drama. Polish girls, in my opinion, I've dated maybe 3. You know, they're kind of tough like Italian girls too. So I disagree with you respectfully. They're not looking for love, especially in that period between 14 and 25. They like drama. Go ahead.
Yeah, but see, and I'll be honest, I just had this conversation with my fiance, right? And I said, when I was growing up, I never cared about love or happiness.
Okay.
She said, why? I said, shit, my own mother ain't love me, so how can I love a woman from my own mother then?
Wow.
And she was like, why you say that? I said, well, when your mother leave you to run to the clubs and bars and looking for something, and you leave me behind, my brothers and sisters, for my grandmother to raise, how can I ever love you or be happy with you? Right? So I said that for me, for the longest, through college and all that, I said that was a stain on me because I ain't never know how to be happy. I ain't know how to love a woman, right? And then whether that woman did try to love me or make me happy, I didn't know how to receive it or give it back because that intuition, I never had it from my own mother.
Sir, respectfully, so you think she didn't love you because she was going to the club? She was trying to get the bag and trying to get a groove on?
Honestly, you know what? I'll be honest with you as a man. Like, from what I know, in my early stages, it was more of she loved the love. She loved that party life, being in the bars, drinking, you know, getting high.
But you're not sure if she loved that. Maybe I say this with all due respect. Maybe she was going there, you know, trying to get a bag. Not saying she was doing anything illegal. Maybe, you know, that was the crowd she moved amongst, and she was going to try and figure things out. I mean, according to your logic, my mother was going to college from the goddamn early 70s up until the mid to the late 70s. Always in college, you know. And I had to like get my weight up because, again, my father was working. She's in school. She was also working. But I didn't think she didn't love me. She was just out, working. And I'm fucking fighting this high yelling nigga all the goddamn time in the house.
But I'll be honest. You know what? I think what changed me. You know what changed me? Because I remember we had an anniversary for my mom's, a celebration, her death or whatever, right?
Okay.
And I didn't go. And I remember my grandmother reached out to me.
Wow.
And I remember my grandmother reached out to me. She said, "Hey, I just want to see you. I just want see you, see how you doing and talk." I said, "All right, it's grandma. That's who raised me. I'm gonna go reach out. I'm gonna go talk to her."
Shit.
And the one thing she did say, she said, "You ain't have to love your mother, but your mother loved you." She said, "You may not." She said, "You may not never was happy about her choices in life, but those were her choices. Those are not your choices."
Right.
And
man up, little nigga. I'm going out to the club. Stop crying. Watch the TV.
And the way she broke it down to me, she said, I raised you and your brothers and sisters. Wasn't you happy?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "Didn't I love you guys?" I said, "Yeah." And that right there was like, damn, that would made me realize, like, okay, I'm looking too deep into what it really is.
Right.
When you're young, you don't know.
Right.
You don't know when you're young. And it takes that one person to rewind you back to let you know how this went down or what happened.
Got you.
And now it made me a better person as a man to understand what love is, what happiness is.
Yeah. Hey, man, I appreciate
because in my heart,
I appreciate the call, man. Thank you. Yes, sir.
You too.
Okay. I'm going ahead trying to get a bag. Leave this little nigga on his own. Sink or swim, little nigga. Anybody's mother do what my mother did to me? I swear to you, I was maybe 7 years old. Took me downstairs in the basement into the washroom, showed me how to separate the colored clothes from the whites, told me how much detergent to put in there. Put the hot water with the whites, cold water with the colored clothes. One time, I said, pay attention, because I got to go upstairs and work on my thesis. Pay attention. This is how you wash your clothes. And that was it. Anybody grew up like that? My mother didn't come in no goddamn room on a Saturday taking my clothes to then go wash them, and then I never in my life saw my mother fold my clothes. I never saw that. Folding clothes. That was some shit they did on what was that show called? The Brady Bunch. Alice folding clothes. I learned how to iron my clothes by watching my older brother. He put the water in the goddamn iron and I'm scorching pants, burning up Swedish knits. I said, oh shit, I gotta figure this out before I fuck up my whole goddamn wardrobe. Hey, good afternoon. Your number is a little long. Are you calling from overseas? Good afternoon. Hello? Are you there?
Salute, Star.
Hey.
Yeah, this is Alex.
Hey, what's up, man? Are you one of my sponsors? Which Alex?
Yeah, one of your sponsors, yeah.
Good to hear from you, man. Let me get your information for the screen. Thank you for tapping in. In the future, man, just send me an email and say, Star, I'm on the line, so I don't have to leave you on hold, all right?
No worries. I'll do that. But, I was enjoying the show, so I didn't even want to disturb anything.
Thank you. So, okay, I'm looking for your information, and for people who are first-time viewers, you are in my, your banner, pardon me, is on my screen toward the, matter of fact, I'm going to try and put your banner on the screen whilst we're talking. Where do you want to chime in, on the topic, or do you want to speak about your books? I'm looking for your banner right now.
We can start with the topic. You're talking about women, is it your job to make them happy?
Yes. That's the topic, yes.
I would say no. Continue. I would say where I am in life at this point, in my opinion, it's more your job to kind of give a woman a level of reasoning, for a way as a means of way to find balance per se, and so they can figure it out for themselves in a sense, not necessarily to make them happy. I think that's a paradoxical road. You're never gonna accomplish that, I don't think.
Now, I'm going to put your banner on the screen so people can know who exactly I'm talking to. Alex Murdoch. He's got books, and you can find a direct link to his work in my community section. Hopefully the audio works. Hold on. Let me put your banner on the screen whilst we're talking. Test. Okay. Can you guys hear me and Alex talking? This is Alex on the line right now. Now, Alex, you write poetry, so you're saying it's not your job to make her happy, but you write poetry that is somewhat praising women or adhering to their wants, needs, and desires, yes?
I do, but where I come from with poetry, of course, I think there's a certain sense, there's a certain part of me that we appreciate that, but sometimes in this day and life, just because I write about it, it's art first and foremost. I come from a place of art, and then so I appreciate women in that sense. But at the same time, you still have to come from a place of balance because you kind of know the nature of the beast. You can't just walk over to a lion and expect it to just tame it and expect it not to get bitten just because the lion, you enjoy being around it in a sense. So, I just come from a place of like, you have to be realistic at the same time. And,
okay. Now, listen, I respect what you do. Let me just say this. I respect what you do, but now I've never been a poetry writer. I did write a poem years ago. I think it was maybe 2009. I was doing daily content on Vlad TV, and the poem is called "The Reasons Why I Hate You." The reasons why I hate you, and I don't remember that poem right now, but I was talking about you make me wanna hurt something, bitch. You make me wanna air out the nine. It was a poem, not necessarily seeking acceptance, but telling a woman why you drive me to the point of almost destruction. And do you write poems like that, or what is your poetry? What are these books on the screen right now? Alex Murdoch books, please. Okay, Alex, your call dropped out. Hold on, guys. Alex, his call dropped out. Hold on. Maybe he'll call back. If not, we will shift gears for a second. In the meantime, let me put Skylar Saunders' information on the screen. Skylar Saunders, are you out there, sir? Are you in the live chat? Is everything working? Okay, Alex's phone dropped out. In the meantime, Big Ikea, I got you donation. Big Ikea says, via PayPal, it's not my job to make her happy. It's my job to take care of her and the house. Make her happy, ? Bitch, I pay the bills and yours. Make me happy, LOL. Okay. I hear you, Big Ikea, but is that how you really talk to her? I doubt it. Let me go to Cash App. Maybe Alex will call back. Hey, Judy. Judy says, we appreciate the greatness of you every day. Thank you, Judy. Thank you so much. Okay. This is a continuation of my OG series. Okay. And Sam, I got you donation. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Crook from DeBrook. Okay, he says, excuse the typo. Pardon me. Thank you so much, okay? Okay, now I'm getting emails from the Margaritaville Hotel in Jacksonville, Florida. What a great time I had there. Let me unsubscribe. I don't want your emails. Had a great time, but knock it off with the goddamn emails now. Rory, I got your donation. Just tuned in, Boss Hog. Thank you, Rory. Rory, stay in touch, man. We're going to be adding new music to shot97.com next week, okay? Thank you, sir. Good to hear from you, Rory. Rory's one of the people. Rory, do you have a something you want to promote in my showrunner? If so, send me an email, whether it's your IG page or a link to something that you do. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for your support, all right? Okay, and I got a banner here from my homie. Wait a second. I got two banners. Okay, I'll get these in the rebroadcast. Mark, I got your donation for the machine. These are the best type of shows, Star. Okay, thank you. They're not the biggest traffic shows, but I do like to slow it down, allow people to speak, and hear other people's opinions, all right? One more donation, then we're going back to the phone lines. Village Boy, thank you for being nice to me. Village Boy, thank you, man. Listen, I try to be nice. You know, I want people to stay on topic. Thank you for your support, all right? Hey, area code 772, are you there? 772. Good evening.
Yes, sir. Right
How
here. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Thank you for joining the discussion. Where do you want to start? Is it your job to make her happy?
Okay, yeah, start right there. Okay, you know, I think that we got to look at, number one, the time frame of the women that we're dealing with.
Yeah.
So I consider that now. In the past, yes, it is your job to keep her happy and make her happy. But now, I consider that babysitting right now, and that's the term I use to substitute for that, because it seems like if you have other things going on, no matter what they think their mindset is and how smart they are, they're usually trying to find ways to push buttons and lower standards.
Yeah.
I see that very often. And I think it starts off with monogamy, you know, just you and her, and then comes the button pushing, and then when the buttons get pushed, the arguments lower the standards.
Right.
And then that's where you pretty much ride out from that point.
Yeah.
And also, you know, we're really just dealing with reflections of the TV and radio. We're not dealing with people or women. They just bags of flesh, you know, repeating and, you know, images of TV and whatnot and radio. So
the idiot box.
You know, that's what we got.
The idiot box.
But hey, you mentioned something. So Goodfellas, that was accurate. With his scene with the Jewish wife, huh? That was pretty accurate, huh?
Which one?
The movie Goodfellas.
Which scene? I mean, which scene you talking about?
He got married to the Jewish girl, and she was nagging him, and their whole
Ray Liotta. Pardon me.
Yeah, she threw his stuff out of the house. She pulled a gun on him. They was nagging her. All that stuff was. That's you put it on the head. I was like,
well, I grew up in New Jersey. That's very typical, you know. I don't necessarily. Well, I haven't seen Jewish girls pull guns. I think did his girl pull a gun on him or his wife? That was his wife. Pardon me.
Yeah, he woke up and the gun was in his face because he was messing around with some female. But she nagged him a lot, and she used to talk about all the other women and whatnot. Hey, but let me tell you.
Hang on a second. Let me just respond to what you just said. You know, there are different cultural, behavioral patterns that apply in certain situations, whether they be dating, everyday life. You know, there's different cultural, behavioral patterns that by way of experience, you know, these things happen. And then they can be put in films and things like you just mentioned. But everything is not, or man is not to blame for everything. You know, from time to time, it may seem like we go hard in the paint on Mammy, but truthfully, the propaganda and the media would make it seem like she's to blame for everything. So I just wanted to expand a little bit on other females, but go ahead.
Okay. Hey, you know, a couple of days ago I called and I wasn't on a topic, so you say, let's get up out of here, get him up out of here. But check this out. The topic that I wanted to bring up, you brought up directly the next day and now.
Okay.
Amazingly.
Okay. Well,
so check it out.
If you have approached this topic, go ahead and promote. I have no problem promoting people, but the day of the show, my audience wants me to stay on topic. That's by way of research. But go ahead.
Oh no, I wasn't saying. I was just saying, just by coincidence, that's not a word I use often.
Okay.
You kind of did get on that the next day, so that was cool. I like that because I recognize your thoroughness. You know what I'm saying? I've been dealing with you since you was on the radio. I recognize your thoroughness.
Thank you,
man.
You
know what I'm saying? As far as
thank you.
Where you come from and the depths of knowledge that you've been through. Sometimes you respond real quickly to things, and it may go over a lot of people's heads because they don't know. I know you dealt with the nation back in the day, and you picked up a lot of information from just moving around.
Right.
You thorough.
Thank you,
man.
I
don't think a lot of people really know that.
Thank
you.
you.
Know what I'm saying? But other than that, I'm gonna get back with you. My name's Beck, and we're gonna be chopping it up. I'm gonna be throwing some money to you too. Ain't no thing.
God bless. Salute.
All right.
Thank you. All right.
Yep.
Thank you. All right, folks. I have no problem saying God bless if that means something to you. I don't say that to be funny. Sometimes that's the highest form of flattery. God bless. Okay. I appreciate the call from that man. New Jersey Mac, I got your donation. I enjoy the essence of a woman with the understanding that most women are fickle. Okay. Therefore, I'm responsible with the allocation of my emotions and avoid responsibility for their happiness to an extremely high degree. Okay. I have no problem with what you said. Might you be an older man? Because, a lot of times older guys, we can accept responsibility. We can look at a situation and say, maybe I failed this bitch. Maybe I wasn't on my A game and the bitch got it all twisted and therefore, I didn't execute well. And now we have a bitch who's not only misguided, but the bitch ain't never going to be shit. Thank you, sir, for your donation. Raquel, if I'm saying that right. How do you know you're alive was a great question. Ooh. That was an uppercut. But thank you for your donation, sir. Or ma'am, whoever you may be. Grizzlies. Okay, we'll get to that later. Guys, Florida Boy Jay and Left Handed will be on Left Handed's sports show this evening. I'm going to put the link in my community section, so make sure you check them out, along with Yada Bear, okay? I think it'll be a great discussion. I'm going to tune in. Okay, thank you. Jason, I got your email. I'll address that tomorrow. I don't put too much on the table now. Lex Diamond's got your donations. Salute, fam. Jordan is the greatest, not Curry. Michael Jordan's still my guy. I was just asking a question earlier to throw a curveball. Steph Curry, different type of nigga. Area code 201, you are my last caller. 201, good evening, are you there? On a Tuesday.
Star, how you doing, man?
Yes,
How's
sir.
Everything?
Good.
Not
How are
gonna
you?
hold you up
It's okay.
too long,
Take
sir.
your time. How are you?
Just wanted to touch on the topic. Is it my job to make her happy?
That's a question, sir. Just
That's
a question.
The topic?
Yes, sir.
I don't think, like, when you're in a relationship, whether it's marriage or whatever, I think it's best to say that it's definitely not our jobs to make each other happy. You can't make anybody happy. You know what I mean? I think it's obviously something that you have to embody prior to even meeting that person, But but we can complement each other's happiness. There's a difference with that. You know what I mean? Like, whatever I do, whether it's bring you flowers, you know what I'm saying, take you to a movie, dinner, whatever, that's just me complimenting your happiness. But you already have to be happy. If you're not, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically where I'm at with it.
I agree with what you said. Try to pull back on the profanity. We're having a good discussion here. Yeah, you know.
Sorry about that, sir.
Yeah, you know, I'm letting people speak. I don't like for it to just be my opinion. I don't think it's a man's job, duty, or responsibility. It's not a man's job, duty, or responsibility. I can show you and I can set an example for you, and you can adhere to my teachings. I am qualified to teach, not just because I say so, but because I have proven myself over and over and over. I don't need to lay down with you and just, pleasure myself because of anything other than, I may want something at that particular point in time, but that's not going to guide me. Your vagina is not going to fucking steer me. Pardon my language. So we're on the same page, but I laid out two scenarios earlier because I didn't want to make it just about wifey, your girlfriend. I asked if you have a daughter and your daughter says something maybe a little off the rails, in a joking way, or she critiques what you're driving, but her friend's father has the new BMW. Daddy, you got the old car. Your tires is bald. Come on, Daddy, step your game up. Then what? Do you step your game up to make your daughter happy?
Nah, definitely not. I mean, I'm keeping the roof over her head, so that's my game right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, if she feel that me getting a new car or some silly like that is me stepping my game up, that's kind of crazy. But listen, I'm keeping the roof over your head.
Are you a father, sir? Sir, are you a father? Your father?
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, yes, indeed.
You have a daughter?
Yes, sir.
Okay. May I ask how old she is, respectfully?
17 years old. 17.
So hang on now. Let's take it slow. So when she was 12 going on 13, she was talking hella reckless. Hella reckless. You took it on the chin. You didn't tell her, I'm an alpha man, manosphere. You tried to make her happy. You're going to say you didn't?
Nah, like I never sat back. I mean, of course, with little girls, there's gonna be those times where you want to like do little things to spoil. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, you did,
but
sir.
It was never a thing where she definitely never came at me.
Yes, you did, sir. Daddy, I want to go roller skating with my friends. I need $50. You ain't got it, but I bet you begged, borrowed, and stole to get her 25 at least. Yes, sir?
Luckily, I've been blessed enough to where I never had to,
okay,
do anything crazy for the cash.
But you gave it to her, sir, to make her happy.
I contributed to making her happy, sir. Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Tomato. I thank you.
Indeed. I will admit that.
I'll give you the last word, sir. Thank you for keeping real. Go ahead.
The last word is, I can't say this for all women, but I will say that some are not emotionally intelligent.
Okay.
And, I think that's the problem with a lot of today's relationships. You know what I mean? There's a certain degree of emotional intelligence that's not there for whatever reason.
Okay.
I can't really say everybody's going through different, situations and things, but I will say that there's definitely, especially today, there's a lack of emotional intelligence.
Gotcha.
Present.
Thank you, sir. Have a great day.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Have a good one.
Okay. we had a good discussion here today. Thank you for chiming in. This has been another installment of my OG series. We've been doing this for well over 9 years, I think. It's not a trending topic, but we try to get quality over quantity with regards to the callers and the comments, all right? I'm going to try and watch some of this Lakers game tonight. Is it tonight, Troll Babies? Is Steph Curry taking on LeBron James? Can King James and those old knees withstand Steph Curry, who was going hard in the paint against the Sacramento Kings? Hey, thank you for chiming in on the discussion. I will see you guys tomorrow. Also, if you need animation work, this is the guy. Check out his IG page. Tell him I sent you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.